This is not what I wore like every single day in middle school. I just maybe not cool enough to pull off the low-rise jean. I see the vision, but do I like it? Maybe not. This is my little Elena Gilbert moment. I don't know about you guys, but growing up, Hollister, Abercrombie, Aeropostale, those were the places to shop as like a tween, early teenager. And following the trends of the times, I was living in lace camis, super tight, stretchy Henleys with overly long sleeves, think Elena Gilbert style, and just in general, overly branded pieces that would just say Abercrombie, Hollister all over them. So I went a little bit overboard when I saw Hollister had a nostalgia collection with all of the pieces I used to live in as a tween, and I figured it would be fun to share them with you guys. So we have a little early 2000s nostalgia haul today. Of course, we have the lace camis, the Henleys, the slightly too long cable knit sweaters, but we also have those iconic Hollister sweatpants that honestly, when I was younger, I couldn't even like fit into these sweatpants. And I was not a big person by any means, but I just feel like Hollister and Abercrombie back then just did not fit like anyone. And now that they've really embraced their whole curve love and curvy lines, I feel like I can wear them even in my mature woman's body better than I ever could when I was younger. So I did also get some baggy jeans to experiment with the trend, even though skinny jeans obviously were all the rage back then. I've been seeing everyone wear the baggy jeans and I just want to give them a try and see if I can actually find a pair that looks cute on me. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, we're just gonna pull things out of the bag and see how it goes. First up, we have the Icon Henley. I got a size small and this was $24.95. I feel like I remember Hollister being more expensive growing up, but maybe that's just because when you're younger, like everything feels more expensive. But literally, look at this. This is not what I wore like every single day in middle school. So this is a stretchy ribbed cotton spandex blend. It is a Henley, which means it has this kind of like quarter to half button up in the front. Looks like long sleeves with the overly long cuffs. I like lived for these cuffs, you know, Ariana Grande style. And then of course the signature embroidery in the corner. Let's try it on. Also, you guys, Peach is really being my sidekick in this video. She's just chilling here. What are we doing? You don't want to face towards the camera? Okay, here we are with the Henley. This was totally my style back in the day. I loved a long shirt. Like if I couldn't pull it over my hips, I didn't want it. So first of all, I'd say this is pretty true to size. It's not like skin tight, more body skimming. So I think if you're in between sizes, you could probably size down. I left 3 of the buttons undone and I feel like it's not like showing too much or anything, but obviously you can change the buttons. We have that little logo. The material is really nice, soft and stretchy, just like your classic cotton rib stretch material. I really love the long cuffs on the sleeve. I would always stretch my shirts over my arms like this. This is like the style back then. But I feel like this is where my activewear obsession with thumb holes could have originated, because I just love having my long sleeve shirts go over my hands. And I feel like it had to be from this era. Then the back is very simple. Yeah, this is actually a really comfy little shirt. I really like it. It hit back in the day. It's still hitting today. Okay, let's try one of the camis. I got the lace trim cami. I got a size small and this was $19.95, and literally just, I had so many of these in my closet. Again, it's made of that ribbed cotton spandex. It definitely feels like it's gonna be like maybe a little bit sheer in this white, but we have spaghetti straps and this little lace neckline. The straps are adjustable in the back. Looks like it's gonna be full length, and this does not have any sort of built-in bra or anything. I don't know if I ever had a built-in bra version of these style tops, but I definitely had a ton of those just built-in bra camis growing up that I just like lived in. So let's try it on. All right, we have the iconic lace camis. Definitely think this one would be better for layering, just because the white is definitely a little bit sheer and the straps are super thin. So obviously you can see my whole bra strap, but it is too thin and no built-in bra or anything. I feel like this kind of top used to have built-in bras, but maybe I'm wrong. But we're gonna try layering this under the sweater in a second. It's just made of that same ribbed cotton stretch material that is super soft, and obviously the long length that goes over the hips, which is so not my style anymore. Now I'm like, if things don't end right at the hip, I like don't wear them. But something about the long over the hip tight style kind of works. And then just very simple in the back. Okay, when I saw these sweatpants, I was instantly transported back. I specifically remember having basically this exact style of sweatpant from Abercrombie, or at least like really wanting this exact style of sweatpant. These are the boot sweatpants. I got them in a size small long. These are $44.95. They're a cotton polyester blend. They're just kind of your classic sweatshirt material that's soft on the outside, but has that fuzzy fleece on the inside. And these are looking like low to mid-rise, which would be very on trend for a nostalgic haul. And then they were a boot cut leg, but they're like tight at the top, which I feel like I haven't seen a sweatpant like this in a while. I feel like recently you've been all about the baggy, which I do love a baggy sweatpant, but it's not a jogger. So I just felt like it was kind of unique. I'm not seeing any branding on this, which I feel like when I had these sweatpants when I was younger, like maybe they had like Hollister written across the butt or something, but let's try it on. Okay guys, the way that I just didn't even think I was gonna be able to get these pants on. I wish I still had these pants from when I was younger, because the traumatizing experience I had trying on pants as a tween girl. I've always had like a similar build to this where I keep most of my weight in my thighs and my glutes, and I'm not calling myself big or anything by any means, just like proportionally, that's where I kept my weight even as a kid. And I remember trying on these sweatpants and they were so tight on my thighs and my glutes that I could like barely get them on as a kid. Tell me why these fit like so much better now. Like they're skimming my thighs, but they are far from too tight. So they've completely revamped their sizing, which will hopefully save this current generation from some dressing room trauma. But these are definitely a low rise. They actually go up a little bit more in the back, which is nice, so that they're not like showing my underwear. My underwear is sitting right below the waistband, but they do kind of dip down in the front. It's very Y2K. I see the vision, but do I like it? Maybe not. We have a drawstring waistband here. I do wish that there were some pockets, but these are essentially sweatpants in like yoga pant form. But I'm actually really impressed with how well that these are fitting. They're not squishing down the glutes. They're not squishing down the thighs. They are a boot cut, but they are just kind of skimming over my calves. They're not too tight on the calves or anything, which is good because I do have larger calves. I did get the long length and they are a 33 and a half inch inseam, and length is perfect. Honestly, I was really not expecting to like these, but they're actually really cute. And what do you think, Peach? What do you think? Peach says that it's lunchtime and she was getting ready for her 2 o'clock toe bite, where she bites my toes to remind me that it's time to feed her. She just acts like she wasn't doing that, but I know that you were. I know that you were. True to size, the material is a nice mid-weight, not too thick, but definitely nice and warm for the season. But yeah, I actually really like these. Of course, I had to get the full sweat set. So this is the oversized zip hoodie. I got a size small as well, and then this was the same price, $44.95. So I'm definitely liking the shape of this hoodie. Looks like we have like a kind of drop shoulder. We do have a little Hollister tonal embroidered logo on the sleeve. We have a hood, full zip, has that fuzzy fleece lining, 2 pockets in the front. Let's try it on. All right, here we have the matching sweatshirt. This one definitely feels like a more modern silhouette, and she's definitely oversized. So this is my true size small, and it's pretty slouchy at the bottom, especially compared to the sweatpants. So it's a little bit like slightly over the hip length. I wouldn't say it's like a super long sweatshirt, but it kind of ends right where I like my sweatshirts to end, which is like above the hips in the back, just so you don't lose all of your shape. We got a little drop shoulder, kind of a slouchy sleeve as well. We do have ribbed cuffs, front pockets. I wish the bottom was maybe like a little bit more cinched. I feel like it just kind of loses its shape a little bit too much throughout the body. So definitely size down if you don't want a super oversized fit. Zips up all the way, and then we have a hood in the back. Nothing crazy, but a mid-weight fleece. Definitely keeping me warm because we're somehow in a little bit of a heat wave in the fall right now. But yeah. All right, you guys, the sweater. I loved these sweaters so much growing up, but I feel like these were always like a little pricier compared to like the Henleys. So I feel like I only had like one of these as a kid. So this is the cable knit icon v-neck sweater. I got a size small, and this one was $39.95. This is made of a cotton viscose nylon blend, just kind of a classic sweater material. Cable knit, it has that V neckline. I feel like I probably layered a cami top underneath this so that you weren't like showing too much. Overly long sleeves, of course, with little cuffs at the end, and it's gonna be that kind of like longer fit. I feel like TV shows that you watch really like influenced your style growing up, and for me, that was Hannah Montana. The way that I wore long t-shirts with a belt over top, guys, like it was so Disney core, and we just ate that up as a kid. I feel like it's a rite of passage to look back and just be like, what were we wearing? So let's try this on. All right, here is the sweater. I did layer the little lace cami underneath, but the v-neck is actually pretty high, so you almost like don't even see it. I would say it's true to size, kind of semi-relaxed fit. It's definitely not like tight anywhere, but I still feel good in a size small. The length, I would say this one is like more hip length. It's not super long, like especially compared to the Henley. It is sitting like above the hips. The material is nice like light to mid-weight, but I just don't feel like this one is giving that nostalgic fit. I feel like the nostalgic fit is supposed to be like really long and like have really long sleeves. These ones like barely even cover my wrists. So I don't know, something about the fit isn't quite right on this one. This one just feels like kind of a regular cable knit sweater, which is fine, but I was really going for that early 2000s vibe. I just don't really feel like I'm getting it from this, but it's still cute. Probably wouldn't wear it with these low-rise jeans personally. All right, then we're moving into some bottoms. I got the low-rise denim mini skort. Again, low-rise is definitely that era, which as a long torso girly, I still have not really embraced the low rise, but it's actually really hard to find a denim skirt that's not low or mid rise. I don't know what it is, but I've probably tried like 5 denim skirts this year and none of them have worked for me. So this one I probably won't love just because it is low rise, but I wanted to try it just simply for the video. It's just giving Y2K. I got a size small and this is $39.95. I don't think this comes in curvy versions. Okay, I did not get a size small. It's a size 4. I guess maybe that's the same thing. So the denim is 100% cotton, so it doesn't have any stretch to it or anything. I always gravitate towards a light wash. I don't know if that's nostalgic or not, but this does have a slight distressed look. We do have pockets on the back. We do have a button and zip closure, and then it is a skort. And the inner shorts are actually like a stretchy activewear material, which I wish more brands did because again, growing up, if I ever wore a skirt, I would always put some spandex shorts underneath. And I feel like a lot of skirts and skorts these days, like there'll be like another layer of jeans shorts underneath the shorts. And that's just like a lot of denim. And having like the stretchy material on the inside is just a lot more comfortable. So let's try this on. All right, here we are with the denim mini skirt. I feel like this one really had potential, but of course, yet again, we have another failed denim skirt into the mix. I like the material, I like the weight of the denim, I like the color. I actually don't even mind the rise too much because with the inner shorts and everything and where it's hitting, I don't feel like it's going to ride up. So that's a major pro because so many of these do ride up. We have functional pockets in the front and in the back. And the back is where we have the issues. Of course, it's like kind of fitting along my waist in the front, and then in the back, we have like a ton of space at the top of the waistband. I don't think that these came in a Curve Love version. So that's just like honestly like what I should have expected. But yeah, I've yet to find a denim skirt that just doesn't feel like it's just awkwardly sitting on my body. Like they just never feel like they are fitting right. So kind of a bummer. The length of this, obviously very mini. We do have those shorts underneath. I love that they're stretchy. They're super lightweight. Honestly, just feels like you're wearing an old pair of spandex shorts underneath. So yeah, I feel like the skirt had potential. This is my little Elena Gilbert moment fit. But yeah, you can kind of tell when I wear the shirt over it that it's just like so loose in the back. Bummer. I did get one other skirt, mostly because I just thought this one was cute. So I don't know if this is really part of the nostalgia haul. And in the fall, I love a little plaid skirt moment. So this is the high-rise A-line mini skort. Got a size small. This was a $39.95. I'm already liking it because it has the elasticated waist in the back that just keeps it nice and snug against my waist. But in the front, it's nice and smooth and flat. So you're not going to get any like wrinkling in the front because of that. I also like that it's supposed to be high-rise. It does look like it's not super long, so I just don't know how high rise we're talking. Again, we have these stretchy inner shorts. I love to see it. And then it zips at the side to get it on. So let's try it on. All right, this skirt has a much better fit than the denim skirt. First of all, this is supposed to be a high rise, but it's only hitting me maybe like an inch higher than the denim skirt. So for me, this is a mid rise. A high rise I would consider to be like up here. I do have a long torso, but normally when people say high rise, it does hit me around the belly button. This is, I would say like barely an A-line fit. For me, an A-line just flares away a little bit more. This one is like almost body skimming. I guess it does go away a little bit at the bottom, but the elastic in the waistband in the back really solves the gaping problem for me. So I wish they had done that on more of the pieces like the denim skirt. The material is interesting. It actually kind of feels like a lightweight fleece material. So definitely very like fall and winter appropriate. You have that zipper at the side with the hook and eye closure. And then we have these stretchy inner shorts. They're actually super comfortable. You barely even notice them there. I'm really glad they switched to that style of short. So yeah, I think this skirt is cute. It's definitely a mini skirt. I don't feel like it's so short because of the inner shorts, but I just prefer a little bit more volume going on in my skirts, a little bit more of a flare away, but it's definitely cute. All right, then of course we had to try some low-rise baggy jeans. These are the Curvy low-rise distressed baggy jeans. I got a size 2 long. In the Curvy line, I tend to wear a 0 to 2 just because they have more room in the hips and thighs. So their definition of curvy is our curvy fit eliminates eliminates waist gapping with a proportionally slimmer waist and roomier fit through the hip and thigh. If you measure 12 to 14 inches larger around your hips than your waist, this will be the jean for you. So my waist to hip difference is about 12 and a half inches, so perfect for me. These again are 100% cotton, so they don't really have any give or stretch to them. These will be a low rise. It's just crazy to see the waist difference in a low rise versus a high rise because your waist is obviously smaller at the high rise point. So they just look like they're gonna be really big. They're also like a truly wide baggy jean. They actually feel pretty good. I feel like I've tried some Hollister jeans in the past that maybe were like a little bit thin. This is definitely not like the heaviest jean I've ever felt, but it's got some good substance to it. We do have a little bit of a distressed feel to these jeans. Let's try them on. I feel like this has happened before when I got Hollister jeans. According to their size chart, I should be a size 2 in the curvy, but they always run like huge. And I don't think that I'm wearing these wrong because I'm trying to wear them like low on the hips, which is obviously like where they should be. And no matter what I do, like it's huge in the back. So I think I learned this last time I tried Hollister jeans on. I guess forgot, but I guess I should be sizing down in their curvy fit, even though again, I follow the size chart. So whatever their size chart says, I'd recommend sizing down one size. These are truly low rise jeans. You know, I gave them a shot and I don't like them. I actually think the baggy leg fit is cute. I'm all about like a loose leg or like a bigger leg, smaller top, but the low rise is where it loses me, especially just like the way that these are fitting me. But I still think they're like kind of skimming the glutes in the back, so it's not like they're like totally saggy, but I can see the vibe. I just maybe not cool enough to pull off the low rise jean. Here it is with a longer shirt. I just feel like it really accentuates my extremely long torso and makes my legs look shorter, which is generally not what I go for. And then the length, like another reason why I feel like I should be wearing them like maybe a little bit higher up, which makes the waist fit even worse, is the length is like really long on these. I like that they come in multiple lengths. I think the jean itself is a really nice thickness. It's about like a light to medium weight. Got some distressing on it. It's 100% cotton, nice and soft. But yeah, the low rise is really something. I also feel like if I bend over, my underwear will be out, and that's just not really something I want to worry about on the day to day. Okay guys, that is everything for my little nostalgic Hollister haul. In terms of top picks, my favorite thing was definitely the Henley. I feel like everything else was just okay. I really wanted that denim skirt to work, and I do feel like the vibe of the skirt was super on trend with what I was going for this video, but I just cannot get the waist to properly fit in any jean skirt. The little A-line plaid skirt definitely did fit. I just don't love the shape of it too much. And then the jeans, I tried them out. They're just a little bit too low rise for me. So let me know what you guys thought of this video, if it was kind of fun, if you have any other suggestions of things you'd like me to try. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.